We continue with more news. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in Washington for high-stakes talks with President Donald Trump. At the top of their agenda is the escalating war in Gaza and a controversial new US tariff policy that slaps a 17% duty on Israeli goods. Israeli officials say the tariffs could cost the economy up to $3 billion and thousands of jobs. On Gaza, Netanyahu is expected to push back against Hamas demands for a full ceasefire, instead seeking a temporary deal to free hostages still held in the Gaza Strip. Trump is not expected to press for an end to the war, but talks could shape the next phase of the US-Israel relations. Israel has struck tents outside two major hospitals in the Gaza Strip overnight, killing at least 2 people, including a local reporter, and wounding another 9, including 6 reporters, medics said on Monday. 15 others were killed in separate strikes across the territory, according to hospitals. According to reports, the Israeli military has said that it struck a Hamas militant without providing further information. Meanwhile, a Palestinian-American teenager, 14-year-old Omar Mohammed Rabea, was shot dead by Israeli forces in the West Bank town of Termus Aya on Sunday. The Israeli military claimed the teens were throwing rocks and posed a threat to civilians. However, Palestinian officials condemned the incident as an extrajudicial killing, accusing Israeli forces of acting outside the law. This incident comes amid escalating violence in the West Bank, where Israeli military operations against groups have intensified. In Gaza, the Civil Defense Agency reported that Israeli airstrikes killed at least 44 people on Sunday, including 21 in the southern city of Khan Yunis. One strike hit a group near a bakery in Gaza City, killing 6 people. Israel's Prime Minister vowed a strong response to rockets fired from the Hamas-ruled territory, further worsening tensions in the region. The death toll from the airstrikes is expected to rise as the conflict continues to escalate. We stay in the Middle East now, where tensions remain high along the Israel-Lebanon border. Lebanon's health ministry has said that an Israeli strike on the town of Tabed near the border in the country's south killed 1 person. According to reports, the strike hit in front of a motorcycle repair shop in the town. This came after the Israeli military confirmed it carried out an airstrike in southern Lebanon, killing 2 individuals in the town of Sibquin. According to the IDF, the strike targeted Hezbollah operatives who were attempting to rebuild what they described as terror infrastructure using an engineering vehicle. Lebanon's health ministry also confirmed the deaths, stating the individuals were operating a bulldozer at the time. The incident follows continued clashes along the border, with Israel's military leadership vowing to take offensive action while fortifying defences. We move to the United States now, where a proposed deal to spin off TikTok's US operations into a new American-owned entity is facing delays, with major hurdles remaining between ByteDance, the US government, and Beijing. The structure of the deal was reportedly finalized by Wednesday, with ByteDance retaining under 20% ownership and US investors holding majority control. The deal had approval from all major stakeholders, including ByteDance, current and new investors, and US authorities, but China's stance remains unclear. ByteDance confirmed ongoing discussions, but said key issues remain unsolved, and the agreement must still pass Chinese regulatory review. Let's turn to Africa, in Mali, where it's accused neighbouring Algeria of shooting down one of its surveillance drones near their shared border, in a statement read out by the security minister on national TV. The West African country and its allies, Burkina Faso and Niger, will recall their ambassadors from Algeria for consultation over the incident, they said in a separate joint statement. The government said it had concluded with absolute certainty that the Malian Armed Forces drone was destroyed in a premeditated hostile action by the Algerian regime. Here is what the Malian Minister of Security had to say.
A le regret d'informer l'opinion que Dans la nuit du 31 mars au 1er avril 2025, un drone des forces armées et de sécurité de la République du Mali, immatriculé TZ98D, s'est écrasé sur le territoire national à Tenzawatène, cercle d'Abébara, région de Kidal. Afin d'approfondir les enquêtes, les autorités maliennes ont demandé aux autorités algériennes de leur fournir des éléments probants étayant la violation de leur espace par un drone de reconnaissance. Depuis 72 heures, aucune suite satisfaisante n'a été réservée à la demande malienne. Le gouvernement de la transition conclut avec certitude absolue que le drone des forces armées de sécurité maliennes a été détruit suite à une action hostile préméditée du régime.
Samsung Electronics is expected to report a 21% drop in its first quarter profit. The tech giant is struggling with weak AI chip sales and losses in its contract chip business. The company has fallen behind key rival SK Hynix in supplying high-performance memory chips to NVIDIA. Instead, it has to rely on Chinese buyers, but demand from China also fell this year, hurting its profitability. Prices for DRAM and NAND chips have also dropped sharply, hurting Samsung's bottom lines. Samsung's chip division is expected to post 1.7 trillion won in profit, down from last year. However, according to experts, its mobile division may do better, with profits expected to rise slightly. Meanwhile, the launch of Samsung's new US chip could be delayed to 2027. The company is also in a leadership transition after the sudden death of CEO Han Zhong-Lee. Well, that's all we have time for. We will continue to bring you more news updates from around the world.